in, get all these people admitted.
So I can actually hit leave meeting right here when it asks me. This meeting is being recorded. Continue or leave meeting.
I know, I got that too.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. Yeah.
I don't want to be recorded.
Yeah, I was wondering if, because I know internally here at my company, it does that. If it's being recorded, it asks you if you want to stay or go. I was wondering if it did that on our end. Apparently it does.
It does.
It does.
Good. That way you have not just default consent, but explicit consent.
Yeah, is that giving you rights to do anything what you will with this video?
That's scary.
Yeah, it is.
Hey guys.
Awesome.
Hi.
You know what?
Good morning.
Good morning. I know my hair is all sticky uppy. We had a long night last night.
Mine too.
So Jim's band practice here last night.
Oh shoot.
You're talking about the recording thing. We've come across that with listing with people that have home security systems.
Really?
And yeah, you have to post it that people are being recorded, or you can get in a whole lot of trouble for that. And we've had to tell clients you either have to turn off the security system or you have to put a sign up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a huge no-no in Arizona. And actually, sidebar, a parent in our school sent their kid in with a secret audio recording device and didn't tell the teacher or the assistant teacher. Kid got suspended for a week.
Why were they, what were they trying to record?
I don't know. They thought there was some malfeasance going on with the teacher. So they were trying to catch the teacher doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing. And yeah, the kid got suspended because that's illegal. You cannot record somebody, I think in Arizona, without their knowledge.
So what if a listing has, so if they have like the Ring system and it's being recorded?
I think that is waived because it's what they call like a spot recording. It only does it for like a few seconds that you're out there in front of the steps. Although I think if somebody sued, that would probably also not be cool. But then I think an attorney would argue that that those are common knowledge items, that everybody has it. And so like you should kind of know that you're being recorded when a Ring camera is there.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's come up in a legal case yet. But I know with clients that have security systems and cameras, we told them you either need to post it or turn it off, deactivate it, because I don't want to get sued. That's no fun.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, Pam was saying it's unnerving when you're taking buyers through a house and you know there's cameras.
And not just cameras, but there's Alexa devices. People can listen in with the Alexa.
Oh yeah.
And we do all the time. So we tell people when we're going in now, you know, mind your P's and Q's because they're probably listening or recording it.
Oh yeah, and definitely don't show your hand if you're interested. Well, right now it's a seller's market, but in a normal market, don't go in and go, wow, I love this place. I don't care what they're asking.
Oh my God, that kid's ugly.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, what were they thinking?
I know. I just talked to an agent here the other day, and she was telling me just about that kind of thing. And she's like, she tells her clients, don't say anything inside the house. We'll go outside and have our conversations.
Yep.
And that, you know, and she's like, I have to watch myself too to make sure I don't say anything, you know, one way or the other. It's like we save everything for outside.
Yep.
Nothing indoors. It's crazy, right?
Well, this sounds like a great topic for next time we have Mike in the class.
Yep.
This is right up his alley. I'm sure he'll have all kinds of good info for us.
Yeah.
I think he came up in one of his classes actually once, but I can't remember. But
Yeah, I'll talk to him and see if we can get him on just to talk about just this thing, because this is something that you could really expound on, right?
Yeah, I can see Mike having a ton of information as well as some personal opinions.
Wow.
A lot of personal opinions, I'm sure.
Oh, good stuff. Well, let's kick this off. I think we probably have a lot more fun stuff to chat about this week. Don't ask me why. I think we do, but I suspect we might. Welcome everybody. Good to see you guys here. I don't think I see any new faces today, so keep the introduction short. You guys know me. I'm Kirk Brewer, the branch manager at Finance of America Mortgage. We've been doing this for seems like months and months and months now. We do have a couple special guests with us this week, which is awesome. Everybody knows Emma. Emma's a regular here. So Emma's back with us this week, and she's going to share more of her Facebook guru knowledge with us. Every time she's here, I learn something new, so I always look forward to it. And then we've got Camille Johnson here as well from OneGuard Home Warranty. I think that's what it's called, right? HomeGuard. I know it's HomeGuard, but it's Home Warranty.
No,
right?
yes, you got it, home warranty.
Awesome. And then you guys know Shane, of course. Welcome, my friend. Ready to kick this off?
How are you, sir? How was your week? I hope it was great.
My week was interesting. It's been an interesting
A lot of news
week.
watching, I'm sure.
What's that?
I said a lot of news watching.
Yeah, more than usual this week. I'm not sure why.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, no idea why.
Hey, real quick though, the topic we're not touching on that I'm sure we'll touch on has had some bearing on rates. The markets have reacted to what's going on with the election. So let me dive into that real quick. I'll try and keep it super short so that we can move on to other stuff. But the markets have been affected. And while it's not huge, the moves that we've seen in the markets relative to its effect on rates, it has affected rates. So if you guys go out to our website, you guys know this by now, go out to loangeeks.com, and we update the rates out there at least once a day. So you know that they're up to date and you can keep tabs on where things are going. If you click on rates right here, it'll take you to our rate page. I just updated these rates this morning. So we'll go over them real quick. On the 15-year conventional, we have come back down to 2.5%. If you guys recall, we had been hovering at 2.625, and I think we touched up to 2 3/4 there for a little bit, and that's at par. So we've come back down. We're down where the lows of the lows were. We've come back down there. The bond markets moved substantially on Wednesday when things weren't clear what was going on. And we can kind of touch on the whys of that here in a minute. And then on the 30-year conventional, we've come back down to, we're solidly under 3 now at the 2.99. We're not really teetering on it. We're there. And again, that's at par. We've seen some improvement on the government loans as well, the FHA and VA. The premium pricing's come back down a little bit, as well as the rate. That's sitting at 2.625 now. If you remember, that had been hovering in the low 3s with 3/4 of a point. Now it's in the high 2s, well, mid 2s really, at 3/4 of a point on both of those products. And then jumbos are holding steady. You know, they're down there in the low 3s at par, which is incredible when you consider what happened to jumbos in that knee-jerk reaction when COVID first hit. So we've seen a positive reaction relative to rates. What is interesting is the market, the stock market also moved in a positive direction when it was undecided who the next president was. And as I was doing my research, because, you know, this stuff, I follow it regularly, and I was a little baffled by it at first. Markets don't like uncertainty. So when you don't have the outcome of the election determined the night of the election, you would think there's a lot of, you know, the markets are going to react a certain way. And what the pundits are saying is, well, they knew that at least the Republicans, I don't care, you know, as far as if you're Democrat or Republican, but they liked the fact that there was going to be checks and balances in place. And there wasn't going to be one party that had full control of both houses of Congress and the presidency. So there was going to be some checks and balances regardless of the outcome of the presidential election, because Republicans picked up more seats. It's almost an even split in the House, and it looks like Republicans were going to retain at least a 2 or 3 seat majority in the Senate. Regardless of what happens with the presidency, we're going to continue to have some sort of checks and balances and or gridlock, right, with the government. And so the markets tend to see that favorably, at least initially, because everybody was thinking we were going to have this blue wave. At least that's what the media was saying. And that could have boded very poorly for the markets if taxes are going to go up and people are going to have less discretionary income, things like that. So that's what's happening in the markets. That's what we're seeing right now. This morning, we're actually seeing bonds retracing, meaning bonds are coming down, which means we could see an uptick in rates again. So we could bounce right back to where we have been for the past few weeks. And the stock market's pulling back as well. So we'll continue to monitor it as the outcome of the election gets finalized and see what direction the markets choose to go. And that's where we're at right now. So very interesting stuff.
Yeah, I read something in the paper today about the Fed. They're supposed to react very favorably to whatever. They're going to keep things down or whatever, which is.
Yeah, to make matters even more interesting this week, there was a Fed meeting, and that was Wednesday too. And yeah, they said they're holding rates steady, at least till the next meeting. But I don't think anybody even is worried that the Feds are going to raise rates anytime soon. With everything else that's going on, that was really typically that's a huge market mover. But this week that was ho hum compared to what we've got going on with the election. So.
Crazy. And who would have thought, here we are on Friday and nothing's been decided at all yet. We wait. It's interesting at all the recounts and all the Sharpies and all the, you know what, you knew it was going to be a clown show and we got what we thought we were going to get. So
in this day and age, it is just unthinkable that we can't tabulate a person's vote and do it credibly without any ambiguity or thoughts of funny business. We have blockchain, for Christ's sake. There should be no way that you can't cast your vote and have it be locked in stone for all of eternity in this day and age. Unless they want it to be that way. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but just saying, maybe they want that. People don't have a certain level of confidence in the outcome of the election. Because they should be able to do it by now. Right? With computers and...
You would think so. What do I know?
Keep all the foreign entities out with firewalls. And I know it's tough, but
crazy.
Mark Zuckerberg can do it for the most part. I think.
Yeah, he should have handled the.
Our government should be able to do it.
Yeah, he should have handled.
The NSA is listening to us right now. If they can do that, they can.
This is being recorded.
And not by us. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on in the markets, and I will continue to monitor it and update you guys as I do every week next week, and hopefully. We actually have a direction, and hopefully it's a good direction where at least rates are going to stay where they're at for the foreseeable future. But I'll keep you up to date. That's for sure.
Agreed. Well, interesting stuff, and I'm curious what next week's going to bring as far as our market updates and what we're seeing. I will tell you, in my own little world here, things have softened dramatically. It's been an interesting, month as far as closings, and in October was not what I thought it was going to be. I keep hearing how great things are, but a lot of refis, yes, but purchase stuff seems like it's slowed down. We got a lot of agents who are working with buyers right now who can't find a property, and that's been an ongoing problem. I mean, it just is what it is, and we've got so many people moving into this state from everywhere else. It's like I eventually it's like where do you put people? I don't even know, but it's going to be it's interesting. So I'll share a little bit with you right here, a couple of quick things, and we'll get off to Camille and Emma here. But want to kind of show you a little glimpse of what Phoenix is doing as a whole, and median list price still high, but it is trending down. I mean, those prices are coming down. And for those that got my my Valley Stats thing, and I apologize, I did send it out late. I was out of town the beginning of the week and just trying to play catch up. And a 3-day work week is, it's grueling, but I'm getting through it. Hopefully I've got everything out the way it should be. But it's interesting to what's, some of these cities are doing. But yeah, Phoenix as a whole coming down, and this is all zip codes in Phoenix. So this is Ahwatukee to to everywhere, to Maryville, to everywhere basically. So, but showing you what came on the market, what sold. I mean, inventory still kind of flattened. I mean, it just is what it is. It looks like it's on the upswing just a little bit. I'll show you this other. I can bring it up, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. I might have to unshare my screen here to do it. Let me do this real quick. Let me do this little guy right here and bring it over here. Can you see the Valley
Yes.
Stats or no?
Yep.
Can. Okay. So I wanted to kind of show, and as I was going through these yesterday, that's what I did yesterday morning. I saw a lot of red here as far as what's coming on the market or what's being lost in the market. But then, some of the areas, and it's kind of funny, Southeast Valley seems like it's losing. Southeast Valley, Scottsdale, Fountain Hills, Cave Creek, all those places are losing inventory, while the West Valley seems like it's gaining some. I mean, I saw big gains in Glendale. I think Peoria had a minus, but Glendale had a plus. Surprise had a plus. Some things like that I was able to look at. A lot of downward trend in prices and median list prices, especially Paradise Valley taking another huge hit. I mean, they're trending down big time again, but they were way up there. And then outside the valley here, down in the White Mountains and Flag and everything, I don't know. Prices kind of going up. I keep an eye on Pine Top. I have a place up there. I keep an eye on what's going on up there. But $650 as a median list price is insanity to me. But there's nowhere to build anymore. I mean, I look up and down my street up there, and all the lots are being built on right now. Everybody's just grabbing land and building up there. So, I mean, I guess it's good for their tax base and whatever. That's a good thing. But it's interesting as it tends to get a lot more crowded up there. I'm sure anyone who's up in the White Mountains at all, from Heber, Overgard, through Payson and Pine, everything, I'm sure you've seen, people, there's just more people up there. So it's just interesting to look at. But a lot of gains in median list prices up outside the valley too. So a lot of neat stuff to look at. Some of you get this now. If you don't, let me know. If you want this thing, I do put it out on a weekly basis. I'm trying to get it converted into a JPEG where it's something you could post or use more effectively. It's hard. I kind of have to recreate it to do it. But I'm trying to find out a quick way to get that out as a JPEG. But interesting stuff still going on here. And, there's a lot of talk this week about inventory, talking to agents about, working with buyers. And, again, as you know, hard to find properties, multiple offers. We're seeing appraisal stuff come back, down. And I talked to an agent yesterday who had one, it was 22 grand, and the buyers can't go up and the sellers aren't coming down. So you're stuck with that appraisal for what, 6 months?
Well, it depends. If it's an FHA, they're stuck with it on the property. If it's conventional, new buyer, new lender, they just come in with their own appraisal.
Yeah.
Couple things real quick. You want to turn that into a JPEG, use the snipping tool. Within Windows, just go down to the little search tool there and type snipping, SNIPPING. And that'll let you click and drag it and make a JPEG out of it.
Yeah, I've tried to do some stuff with it, and it comes out a little blurry, a little not the way I want it to.
Well, yeah, depending on your monitor size and your resolutions and stuff. But that's usually what I use to take something and post it on the web. Is I just cut it out and save it as a JPEG. The other thing is, every week when you're showing those things, we've been seeing inventory going down, and now it looks like it's maybe flatlining. Man, if it just stops going down and just levels off, I mean, that's still not good, but it beats it continuing to decline.
Yeah, I mean, those updates are very volatile. I mean, there's 7 days. I mean, so you're going to see, huge spikes one way or the other. But as a whole, it just seems like, it seems like it's holding, and that's about it. You know, we'll see gains, and then the next couple of weeks, it'll knock it right back down again. So it seems like it's just kind of flatlined a little bit, which by everything I read and see, that's what is going on. I mean, listings coming on, but being gobbled up just as fast as they're coming on.
Well, historically, right, we're entering, relatively speaking, the slow season for us. Typically, the holidays start kicking in, and once in a while we'll have an anomalous year where it's like it's crazy and it doesn't slow down. It just keeps going right through the holidays. But most years kind of slows down as we get close to Thanksgiving. Allows you to kind of take a breath as you're enjoying the holidays, and then all of a sudden January rolls around and you're like, come on, I'm ready to go. And it takes about another month for the market to kind of jumpstart again. So we'll see what it does this year. It'll be interesting with inventory being down. Maybe once the election's over, the whole COVID thing's going to kind of mysteriously just fade.
We'll hope.
Masks will go away and people can get back to normal life. Maybe, we'll see. But that might help if that happens. If all of a sudden we've got a vaccine or something, could be cool. What are you seeing, Camille? How are things on your end from the home warranty side of thing? As far as, are you guys as busy as you can be? Are you seeing a little slowdown?
It's interesting because home warranty actually closely follows the bond market. But we've
Really?
still been, it just for some reason historically always has. So when bonds went up with COVID, so did our sales. But more people, it was interesting because more people wanted to buy a home warranty now that they thought, I don't have several $1,000s to do a repair. So our actual renewals, new purchases have never been so high. And then you add that real estate market's very busy. So that's been great. The difficult part about home warranty has been the amount of claims that we experience right now. So we're up 40% on our claims. It's really insane. When people are at home, they use everything more, right? You flush your toilet more, you turn your sink on more, you run your dishwasher. The refrigerators, we have replaced more compressors than any year ever in 30 years, because everyone opens and closes their fridge, and you don't realize how much energy you lose every time you open and close it. So it's wild. Then you add on GE, they're like 3 weeks behind on their appliances. You can't get parts. Now it just seems like an excuse, sort of, when people say, oh, we can't get the parts because of COVID, and that's always the answer. That it's hard from our end to accept that as, is that true? Is it just an excuse now? How do we remedy it? So it's really been a challenging year for home warranty, and I think we all want it to end. So we'll see. I mean, so on one side it's great because revenue is great, but then you're paying so much more out just because of the cost of claims.
Hopefully the revenue growth.
It weighs itself out, yeah.
Oh, has it? Okay, so the revenue growth hasn't outpaced the claims?
No, because we had to replace more air conditioning units. We had to replace more refrigerators. So it kind of just balanced itself, actually. So I wouldn't say that's been bad. Our business is still thriving, but it's not like the excessive revenue has offset the cost of goods, basically.
So other than job security and a higher workload,
right,
there's not a whole lot of benefit.
That's pretty much what's going on in my world. Shane's laughing because he knows it's been a rough few months.
Hey, I got a question here because you brought up refrigerators and the amount of energy they lose with everybody opening and closing them. I'm going to date myself here a little bit. Does anybody else, or is it just me? Does anybody else remember the old refrigerator commercial where it was filled with ping pong balls? And they would open the refrigerator and all the ping pong balls would come out to illustrate the energy being lost. I remember that when I was a kid. Don't ask me why. And I bring that up all the time and nobody knows about it. They're like,
you need to find that because it's so true. It is absolutely true.
because nobody here's nodding going, yeah, no, I remember that too, Kirk. So, and I'm not older than Shane. I mean, I'm older than the rest of you, but I know I'm not older than Shane. So
I thought you were gonna say, remember when refrigerators used to last for 20 years?
No.
well,
Actually, we
that-
did. We have a refrigerator we use as a keg fridge that is 27 years old.
They were built to last. That is
They
not.
were built to last.
anymore.
And I do
We-
remember that ad. I'm gonna see if I can find it on YouTube.
okay.
I would
Yeah,
love
I
that.
know it.
I'd love to share that.
I know it existed. The refrigerator is probably that olive green that they used to have back in the 70s
Gorgeous.
or something. Yeah, I know it's not a figment of my imagination. I know it actually it existed. I saw it.
I'm
It's
gonna
burned
find
in,
it.
it's etched into my memory.
Avocado green, yeah.
Ah.
Beautiful.
Well, good to know you guys are keeping busy. It's always interesting to hear how it's going in you guys' world. A lot
Hey,
more work, but no
I've-
additional.
I've had one guard over at my house at least a couple times during COVID, I know, with my fridge, with my wonderful Samsung fridge.
I warned Shane about the Samsung.
She did.
No, but
You know what I did? I went blah, la, 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 la. I don't hear
He said,
you.
"No,
and I
mine
bought it
didn't
anyway.
work."
It looks so pretty and it was priced so
It's
right.
gorgeous, but the ice maker is a piece of, it was built by monkeys. I swear to God, it's built by monkeys with rubber bands.
Well,
I
we
think I've
just did
seen
a
monkeys in it
remodel.
when I've opened it up. Actually, they hide. Yeah.
My wife and I just remodeled our house, and we just did another remodel. We remodeled our kitchen like last year, about this time last year, and then we just did a remodel, kind of a flip home earlier this year. And I was astounded at the lack of quality, how poorly the appliances are made these days versus how they used to be made. I am sure everybody knows now that stainless steel appliances aren't actually stainless steel anymore. They're actually like
like a
brushed
surface.
aluminum.
Yep.
Yeah, just little things like that. I mean, try and find something that's made of stainless steel anymore. It's just the craftsmanship. It's just not the same. I'm sorry. It's
It's
just
not.
not.
It's like your 1960s engine. You know, the car engine would go forever.
Yeah. Now they're
they
made
have
of
all kinds of-
plastic.
Right.
Right.
Same thing with appliances.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, Emma, I am curious to find out what goodies you've got for us this week. I've been in Facebook this week messing around with stuff, and it seems like every time I'm in there, things are different. They keep moving stuff on me. And then I look at mine and I look at my wife's Facebook, and mine looks different than hers, even though we're on the exact same thing. What's going on these days?
Yep, that's the name of the game. They are changing a lot of stuff. You guys might have seen if you had the Pages app, that changed to Business Suite. So now we have Business Suite instead of Pages, which is because they're basically trying to integrate all of their stuff into one thing. So they want like WhatsApp and Instagram and Messenger and Facebook, like they would prefer if it was all one thing. And so you'll see them kind of joining stuff together. They just redid the Messenger logo. So there's a lot of stuff going on like that where you are going to see stuff looking different because they are on a path to just create one big thing that basically does everything. So yeah, that's probably what that is. But yeah, I think I know everyone in the call. Everyone looks like regulars to me. But if you don't know me, my name is Emma. I am one of the co-founders of Remodel Social. We offer Facebook posts for Arizona real estate agents that are local and relevant to your business. And so today, I'm going to show you guys just a quick thing, which is I have a lot of agents who, you know, if they are maintaining their business page, they really want people to be able to find it easily. And there is an easy way to add it to your personal profile so that people can get to it really easily. They see that it's tied to your personal profile and they can follow your business page. So if you want to just go to your personal profile, which is up in the corner, it has your name. This is my husband's profile. My name is not Peter. And so that will bring you to your personal profile. And then you can just scroll down and it should have an intro section. This might look a little bit different depending on what you have in there right now, but you should be able to see something that says something like edit details or edit workplace or something like that. So when you click into that, you should have a workplace section of some sort. And then you click add a workplace. And then here you can actually tag your business page. So you just type the @ and then start typing the name of your business page. It should pop up. You can just click that. And then that will be tied when you save this. It's going to show it on your personal profile so that if you are, in groups talking about housing stuff and someone thinks, wow, that's a good comment. I wonder why they know so much about real estate. They can follow your personal profile back to your business page, as well as all of your friends are going to be able to see it a lot easier because it's going to be right up at the top. So that is a good way, if you're putting the time into maintaining a business page, or if you have our posts going out and you want to make sure that as many people are seeing them.
Greetings. There's an invoice there.
Okay.
I had about 22.
We have someone not muted. But yeah, so this is a great way for your business page to be more visible on your profile. I have a lot of people that get confused about, personal profile versus business. Obviously, they are going to be very tied. And this is one way to make sure that you can kind of funnel people over to your business page.
Very cool. I think that's one I actually have, but I think that's legacy from prior days when I understood Facebook better. Carried over.
You're giving yourself no credit for having that done.
Yeah. I was better at it, I think, than I used to be. I used to spend more time in there, but
I have to say one quick thing.
what's that?
2 weeks ago when we had Emma on and she showed us how to turn off the voter thing on Facebook. That was the coolest thing I think I've learned this year. I showed everybody I could how to do it. Oh yeah, it's so easy. You go, like I knew what I was doing. Like I knew. I'm like, oh yeah, you just go to town hall. And yeah, look at me. Look how smart I am. Yeah. Thank you, Emma.
Yeah, that's great.
See, it helps you provide value to others. It's awesome. Now, if only I could have figured out how to get that off my Instagram. There was no way of getting it off my Instagram, unfortunately.
Yeah,
At
they're
least
pushing really hard on Instagram.
it was brutal, absolutely brutal. Well, we are just about that time, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody has any questions for Emma, she is here at your disposal. And if not, if you don't already have Emma's contact information, number one, you could contact Shane or myself.
Mhm.
We can get it to you, but Emma can also leave it in chat real quick.
Yeah, sure.
You guys could grab it there. I can promise you that Emma will get your Facebook flying. She knows what she's doing there. I know from personal experience, I've been working with her for a while now, and she does a phenomenal job. So highly, highly recommend you using her to beef up your Facebook and get that thing firing on all cylinders. Well, that's all I got for you guys. It should be an interesting weekend as they continue to tally votes in several states. And I'm sure I'll have more information for you on the interest rate and markets front when we do this thing again next week.
Yeah, and two quick things. We will have, the plan is to have Patrick McQueen in next week. And then we've got a class lined up with him the following week. I think the 19th is what we're gearing for, Airbnb and the COVID world that we're in right now. Something about that, a little seminar on that, but he will be here with us next week, which I'm really excited about because he's awesome.
Yeah, highly recommend you guys tune in for that one. I have not had the experience of being in any of Patrick's classes, and he comes highly, highly recommended. So really looking forward to it. Don't miss it.
No. Awesome.
All right, folks. Well, everybody have a great, safe weekend and stay cool out there. And we'll do this thing again next week. Be good. Hopefully you guys have lots of buyers and sellers. Take care.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
See ya.